The interesting thing this morning is that Nikola is buying Romeo, which are these are two bubble time SPACs in EVs, and they really are two. I mean, Nikola was in fact sued by the SEC for fraud. Romeo probably I would assume will be. But what's interesting about it is that Romeo has 250 million of book equity and is selling the company for I think 144 million. So they basically IPO'd it at $10 a share, and they're selling it to Nikola for 70 cents, like 7% of the IPO, like a year and a half later. And they're selling it for stock, which is, if anything, dumber, right? Because Nikola has 2 million of revenue. They actually have less revenue than Romeo, and a much larger loss. So they lose 140 million a quarter. Romeo only loses 45 million a quarter. So these are just taking two rocks and tying them together very tightly to see if they'll finally float. And I suspect that they will just sink faster. Like two money-losing kind of fake EV-related companies aren't going to combine into something that is beautiful and makes money. I think as you get into 2023, you're going to have a lot of the sort of 2 years to do a deal. SPAC funds that are, there are hundreds of funds that are looking around for deals, or hundreds of SPACs are looking around for deals. And a lot of those are going to have to give up. So some of this mess, I would say this is probably the beginning of the cleanup of the SPAC mess, is Romeo selling itself for basically, cash plus they're basically selling it for current assets, but, selling themselves out, kind of throwing in the towel.
To me, like if you are a rock, it is a good thing to acknowledge that when thrown into water, you're going to sink. And if somebody's willing to believe that you're not going to sink, and the street is too, and the bankers that banked this deal, Nikola's bankers, then to me, that's just the beginning of it, because there aren't many management teams that are dumb enough to do that. There's a lot to clear out. I mean, there's a lot of companies that don't and won't ever generate $1 in positive cash flow. So, they're going to actually just go to bankrupt. Never mind 70 cents, I assume.
Fair. It's just the first thing like this that I've seen where somebody's really just, this is dead. So, it'll take like a couple of years to really sort itself out.
A lot of clients will say, well, where are the imbalances? On this one alone, SPACs, are you kidding me? It's like one of the greatest imbalances in capital market history. And that's not even talking about one of the bigger components of the bubble.
Yeah, new energy, EV space, parts of crypto, like there's a lot of imbalances. I think they're pretty obvious, actually.
Hey there, Hedgeye Nation, or if you're not part of Hedgeye Nation, thanks for watching Hedgeye on YouTube. If you haven't already, make sure to click on the button below there. Subscribe to our YouTube page. You can also follow the link in the description to our website to get even more great investing content.